Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to access the department information so that you can create content. So I've logged in and I'll see this page here. I immediately want to go to the correct department, so I click on departments, find BidSat, and then from there I have several options. I mentioned I wanted to create a new page, so if I wanted to create a new page, I would click here on create content. And it asks me, do I want to create a document, add documents, a page, or a workshop. In this case, I want to create a page. So I click on page. Now I want to give the title. Let me just call this test page. And that title will always pop up here. Right here where it says create page, that's the way the title will be shown on each page. And then under departments, where I drop down, I'm going to select BidSat. And I'm just going to choose BidSat by itself. I'm going to leave program and resource categorization and department link categorization on the first three blank. Okay. So the next, this is where I have my text. So I can just say text page for BidSat. Number 1, this is a test. Number 2, this is a test. Number 3, this is a test. Okay, so let's say that I want to indent. Now I already included numerals, so I'm going to take those out really quick because I have the option to put numerals in. So I'm just going to highlight, put numerals. Okay. So now that gives me some formatting. If I wanted to then bold this, that option. And now let's say I want to add a link here. So now when I do, I highlight, click on insert edit link, and type in the link I want. In this case, I'm going to put and then this is important, target. I always set it to it needs an HTTP:// apparently. So where it says target, I always set it to open link in new window. If you were to leave it open link in the same window, it would show the web page within the same environment as that page, which can be good if you don't want the user to read the page, but whenever a user is looking at a page for information, you don't want them to necessarily leave that page. You want to have the system automatically open up a new page for them. So we're going to say open link in a new window. We'll leave the rest blank and then insert. So now you see this is turned blue. That tells me that there's a link associated, and if you needed to break the link, you can unlink it here. Alright, so in addition, we also have the option of adding a file, and it's a really simple process. Browse, look for the file, upload. Okay. Those will pop up. I'll just do one as an example. This will pop up, tells you how large it is. You can list it at the bottom, or you could actually give it a description. And then you can insert it. And when you do that, you'll notice it pops into the page automatically related to that document. So you can move it around and move it around instead. Some space for it. Okay, so now the mentor cabinet file is going to be linked within the page, not show up at the bottom, but linked within the page. And again, that's if I type in a description and add insert. If I didn't want it there inside the page, I could have it just listed and then click this. Okay. If I wanted to add another item, I have the ability to do that. Location is not so important because you're not adding a workshop. Images, here's where you would add an image. Let's go and just test them out for fun. Because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So I'm going to upload the image. Okay, so I have a few options. Original image, medium, small, or automatic. I'm going to choose small because it's a pretty large image. And I'm going to insert it. Okay, so now I've inserted the image within the page. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. And there we go. And finally, URL path settings. This is important because you have the option of setting your own suffix path. So the end of the link, so it's going to be www.fcle.org/whatever you choose to call it, as long as it's not already taken. The important thing to know is that this link won't pop up anywhere, like you won't be able to automatically see it on the page. You're going to have to remember it, or what I do is I always copy and paste it to a notepad or into an email just to remind myself. And then at some point I'll hyperlink it within if that's necessary. So let's call this, I'm going to uncheck automatic alias, and that's when I have an opportunity to type in whatever it is. If I were to keep automatic alias, then whatever my title is of this page would show up at the end of the URL. So now let me see. So now what I have is this test page here. The link is here. This is what the name of this link is. It's .org/department/pizza/test-page, which is what I call this. So here's my live page. Now it's not live anywhere on the site. It's a hidden page. But if I wanted it to be live on the site somewhere, I would need to figure out where it fits. Okay? So I might want to put it in Teacher Toolkit. Maybe as a link here. I might want to put it in resources, and so forth. So the way that you add more pages to a particular existing page is by creating content and then editing the page.